I've been with my boyfriend for just over 5 years. When we first got together, I was really into fitness. I was a size 8, went to the gym a few times a week, and took pride in looking after myself. Over the years, life happened. Work got stressful, we got comfortable, takeaways became more common, and I slowly stopped making time for the gym. I'm now a size 16. My boyfriend, on the other hand, has stayed consistent. He still trains 4 or 5 times a week and looks after himself. The other night, he sat me down and said he wanted to have an honest conversation. He told me he still loves me and finds me beautiful, but he feels like I've completely let myself go. He said he's worried about my health, but also admitted that the physical attraction isn't what it used to be. He told me he thinks I need to get back into the gym and start taking care of myself again. I didn't know what to say. Part of me appreciates his honesty. Another part of me feels hurt because it makes me wonder if he'd still love me if I got even bigger. I've told him he can always be honest with me, but now that he has been, I don't know how to feel. Is he being shallow, or is it fair to expect your partner to put in effort into looking after themselves? Be as honest and brutal as necessary. I'm glad that I've got the permission to be as honest as I need to be. I'm not going to try and be brutal, but I'm going to be honest, right? So this is like what that girl said in on that podcast. She was like, "Do you know how hard it is to see a man your type, and then as the man, you're not in the gym, bro. You're not. Do you get it? You're not keep looking after yourself. Get in the gym." And unfortunately, it is the exact same on the flip, bro. My man is active. He's in the gym 4 to 5 times a week, right? He met you and you were in the gym, body good, size 8. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what attracted him to you, right? When someone is actively in the gym, right? This is even speaking for me as well, right? When you're actively in the gym, you don't want somebody that is unhealthy and doesn't look after themselves. It's not what, as gym people, as active people, it is not something that we look for. We look for specifically somebody that is like us, and you were before. And obviously, we get it. Life happens, etc., etc. But respectfully, you have doubled. There's essentially two of you now. Like, respectfully, innit? There's no other way for me to just say this, but honestly, there's absolutely no way that somebody that is in the gym, actively in the gym, is going to be happy with that, right? And I think it's very, 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 very fair. Um, and like I said, with the podcast uh, example, do you know he might go out and he might see women that are active and again, it's very, very difficult. Same way she said, do you know how hard it is to turn someone down? Do you know how hard it is to turn a woman down that is looking how you looked 5 years ago? Same shit. It's the same exact thing. So what I would suggest, and I'm happy to help. I'm sure your boyfriend would happily help you as well. Set out a plan, a gym plan. You ain't even got to do the whole 4 to 5 times a week. Just get back in there slowly. Start banging some cardio. I'm sure you know what to do because you were active in there before. Depends on how much you want this relationship to work. If you're happy with the size that you are and you don't feel like you need to change, but he's told you, do you know what I'm saying? He's expressed this thing to you. Now, I don't, as men, anyway, I'm going for myself, sorry. I don't like to speak twice, right? So if I've come and I've sat you down, that's a very hard conversation to have, by the way. I've come and I've sat you down and I've said, babe, we need to do something. I'm happy to help. Let's go going to the gym together. And then you still do nothing. Don't don't be surprised if he leaves you. That's what I'm saying. Don't be surprised if he leaves you. And as men, we have standards too. And this seems like a man that has standards, right? If you fall short of those standards, same way as if a man falls short of a woman's standards, if a woman falls short of a man's standards and he leaves, I think it's valid. I think it's valid. I really do. So to summarize, I think what he's done is the right thing. Coming, sitting you down, talking to you about this. What I believe you should next do is get back in the gym, get back into some active living 10K steps a day. And I think with your partner, all as men as well, all we'd want to see is that you're actually doing something actively. We're not saying that you need to drop a whole 2 sizes in the next 2 weeks. I'm sure he's not saying that, but he wants to see you get back into prioritizing your health, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't think there's anything shallow about that. Me, I want my partner to live a long and healthy life when I have a partner. That means you have to keep your health in check. And I think that's what he's saying on the flip. You need to keep your health in check. So, like I said, to summarize, get back in the gym, get back into fitness, healthy eating, etc. And I can guarantee you, within a month, if you was to stay consistent, you will definitely see the differences. And yeah, that would be my summary. But I wouldn't suggest, if you love this man and you want to be with this man, I wouldn't suggest ignoring him. I would suggest listening to what he says, and taking it from there. But I hope I wasn't too brutal. I didn't want to be, but I have to be honest. So yeah, we can continue this conversation on Instagram, because that's where that came through. Like I said, if you need any sort of helps, tips with how to, like, things to eat and whatnot, if you don't want to ask your boyfriend for whatever reason, I'm happy to help. And yeah, thank you for submitting your dilemma. And remember, for everyone, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.